Hi, guys. I'm your mom. Tonight, I'm going to tell you about some medicines and things that you should have at your house in your medical kit. Okay. First things first, I'm going to tell you, though, the lie of the medicine cabinet. In your bathroom, there's a thing called a medicine cabinet. Medicine actually needs to be kept in a cool, dry, non humid place. The cabinet in your bathroom is the worst place for it. Okay. Too much humidity, too much heat. So, what I like to do is I have a plastic container like this that I keep all my medicines in, and I keep it in the closet. It does say meds on here, but you can't really see it. So, this is where I keep all mine. I keep it in the linen closet in the hallway. That way it's nearby, and everyone in my household knows where it is. I'm going to tell you a few basic things you should probably have at your house as far as medicine goes to fix almost anything you can think of. First things first, acetaminophen. Acetaminophen is Tylenol, pain reliever, fever reducer, things like that. Um, it can help with headaches, any kind of mild pain, things like that. Tylenol is a really good one for. Ibuprofen is the next one. With ibuprofen, you got a little bottle like this. They come in different milligrams. Make sure with all of this, because I'm not a medical professional, you need to consult with your doctor or pharmacist before you start taking a bunch of medicine. But make sure you read the usage ingredients on the back. Right on this one, it says, don't mix it with other things. Don't mix with alcohol. It has all the good ideas. But then if you go all the way right down here, it says directions. Smallest effective dose should be used in adults 12 years and older. Take one tablet every 4 to 6 hours while symptoms persist. Okay. So I'm going to say with this, it also has requirements not to take a certain amount every certain amount of hours. So if you're new to taking medication, or if you want to make sure you remember it all correctly, feel free to grab yourself a notebook and write it down. If you need to go through and make some notes on it, on like times I've had surgeries or I have multiple medications while I'm sick, I will literally write down and document the time I take the medication, because especially if you're taking medication and you don't remember, it's a good thing to have documentation, because overdoing it, you don't want to do that. Okay. So, acetaminophen, fevers, headaches, aches, and pains. Ibuprofen is good for swelling, inflammation. It can help with fever, anything like that. This is more good for, like I said, muscle inflammation, muscle soreness, aches, and pains. Ibuprofen. Okay. Aspirin is one I don't keep on deck a lot, but aspirin is really good for pain and fever as well. Keep an eye, because aspirin is also a blood thinner, and they have people take baby aspirin on a daily basis to help thin their blood. So make sure you're taking the one that's appropriate for you and your needs. Okay. One of my favorite things I like to keep on deck is stomach relief tablets. This is what you call Pepto Bismol. This helps with upset stomach, heartburn, indigestion, diarrhea, anything that has to do with your stomach. Pepto is good. Now, on this note, you see these are chewable tablets. The others are oral swallow tablets. So make sure to look for something that's best for you. A lot of medications have liquid options that you can take if you prefer to drink it. If you don't like the flavor, you can always do a pill form. If you're not good at taking pills, you can always do chewable tablets. They typically have better flavor, but they taste pretty chalky. It tastes like medicine. Another good thing to have is allergy medicine. This can come in a few forms. We call it Benadryl, Claritin, Zyrtec. There's a lot of names for popular brands of allergy medication. That's good if you pet a dog too much and your skin starts getting itchy. Okay. You travel and your nose gets a little scratchy. Your eyes are a little bit watery. You're getting a little scratchy throat, a little coughy, sneezy. Allergy medication is really good for that. Make sure you read the instructions, because some of these, this one, for instance, is one pill every 24 hours. This one here is one tablet daily, no more than one for every 24 hours. They do have allergy pills that are every 12 hours, things like that. So you want to make sure you read the proper dosage before you take any medication. Okay. Another good one to have is what's called an expectorant. All right. This is your Mucinex, your Robitussin. This clears up the congestion that you have, cold, flu, sinus, those kinds of medication, Dayquil, NyQuil. That's good for flu, cold, severe, those kind of things. And you want to make sure on the front of the package you read, because on a lot of these, it's going to say exactly what it does here. So this one is an allergy tablet, 24-hour relief of sneezing, runny nose, itchy, watery eyes, itchy throat or nose, indoor and outdoor allergies. It says right there on the front of the package. So make sure you take the time when you're going to get medication, read through the options, decide how you want to take it and adjust it, and then read through exactly how much you need to be taking at a time. One of the medicines I like to take when I'm sick is an Alka-Seltzer. This is called an effervescent. Effervescent is where you get a little bit of water in a glass, you break this up and you put it in there, and then you drink it once it's all fizzy. So this one here has aspirin. What does this one do? Severe cold and cough. So it has aspirin. It has an antihistamine, allergy pills. It has a cough suppressant in it and a nasal decongestant. So this one is good to help with fever, pain, cough, nasal decongestant, and antihistamine, which is allergy. So things like this are good to have multiple things in it, so you don't have to remember taking multiple medications. Okay. The next one I like to have on hand is, this one is, let's see. Triple antibiotic, Neosporin. This is good on minor scrapes, cuts, burns. It's a skin protectant, so it's really good to use and have. You can put it on dry, cracked skin. Sometimes my eczema flares up on my feet, and I'll put it like in the cracks and things like that where my skin is really dry, and it's a really good barrier for your skin. That's Neosporin, or what do they call it? Antibiotic ointment. Okay. The other one here, this one, they have a couple of different options on this one. So this one is a hydrocortisone cream. This one is a good, like an itch cream, skin barrier. It's good for rashes, things like that. Contact dermatitis is just like a little skin rash. So there's a couple of different options. This one is extra strength. It also has zinc in it. This one right here is eczema relief. So it's a little bit thicker. So that way it stays on a little bit longer for dry, itchy skin. Another option too is, this one right here is Aquaphor. It's like a Vaseline skin protectant. So this one you can use on a lot of different things, but just make sure you read over the instructions and the ingredients and make sure everything's going to fit for you and your body. Okay. These are a few medicines I recommend. These are a few creams and ointments I recommend having around the house. Another good couple of things to have is peroxide and alcohol. Rubbing alcohol is good for certain things, and peroxide is good for other things. You can also use a lot of this stuff around the house. I've cleaned up messes in the carpet with hydrogen peroxide. I've put peroxide in my hair. There's so many uses, and those are a few good things to have around the house. If there is a scrape, a cut, a burn, a sniffly nose, a headache, that way you can have a basic medicine kit to have at your house. Like I said, I use a little tote like this. So we're going to recap. Acetaminophen, Tylenol, ibuprofen is also good. Those are both good for fever, aches, pains. Pepto, or the pink stuff, is good for upset stomachs. This one's good for upset stomachs and any kind of upset stomach, diarrhea, heartburn, indigestion, all of that stuff. Aspirin is also a good one to go along with Tylenol and ibuprofen. Allergy pills are really good to have around for any kind of allergy, seasonal or a specific allergy to something. Hydrocortisone cream is good to have. An antibiotic cream is good to have. An expectorant, and that's like your cold, flu, sinus, things like that have multiple ingredients in them. And then keep a little peroxide and alcohol around, okay? I'm just sharing helpful life information. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just a mom, and I'm your mom. And guess what? Now that we did this video and you know what you need to have at your house, we did it. Now you know what you need to have at your house just in case you or anybody around you needs a little bit of extra support and help when you're having a hard time, okay? I'm going to be here the next time you need to learn something. So make sure, like, subscribe, and come see me next time. I'm your mom.